Oh, I don't know if it's working or not. Oh, you clunky internet. Oh, I think I broke it. Oh, no, wait, there we go. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, this technology stuff just kills me. I don't know how you guys do it. Strange. Oh, this is just terrible. I don't know. Hopefully it's working. Quit playing around with it. Okay. So this drawing, I drew this. I got a book. A lot of books here. But anyways, apparently Ingo Swan goes this plate there. It's actually in this one here. This fancy book. I got that for free. Actually, I traded artwork for it, so it was a good payoff. But anyways, long story short, the little story in there, it's like Reader's Digest version. The quote was like, "The craft was beaming, like it was hitting porcupines and deers with beams or something." Oh, look at that! It is working. Hi, Sharskis. I'll have to go on record and say that Football is the master behind my website, and without all the stuff that basically I could never do it, and without their help, I'd be hooped, and my website wouldn't be so cool. But nonetheless, so anyways, it was beaming deers and porcupines. So I've never drawn a porcupine before. It looks more like a hedgehog, but I'm going to go with it. Might as well. I think I need a bigger table so I can flail around better. Yeah, got a little bit too close to that cloud, but that's okay. We got secret techniques that'll work, make it work out in the end. I'm not happy with it, but trust me on it. So anyways, I've never actually read into this Ingo Swan case. But of course, he's a UFO guy, right? He couldn't just be like Cletus McDougal. It's got to be like Ingo Swan. Like, it's like some kind of like a covert government name or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess people would say, like, why would you name your kid Ingo? It'd be like, well, why would you name your kid Satchel? But anyways, if I was ever a redneck, I'd totally be a Cletus. I just love that. That's just awesome. Cletus. I'd probably be missing a couple fingers from my moonshine still blowing up in my face. It's not quite nighttime in this picture. You know, I to be honest, I'm going to go out and just be full disclosure. I don't even know if this was actually at nighttime. Because, like I said, I didn't totally read into the situation. And anyway, so I'm pretending it's almost nighttime. So there's be a little bit of blue left in the sky. But just a little bit. We'll make the rest of it purple. It's the bruisey purple. The I just got punched in the arm purple. Okay, there we go. Cats are outside hunting for mice. Whiskey's up to 2 mice now. Actually, there was a third one. in the evening after the hockey game last night. We're standing outside and Ray's like, is Whiskey eating a mouse? I'm like, probably. You get a little closer and you can hear her munching into it. I'm like, well, Ray, now you got to stand there and watch the act of nature. And he's like, no, I don't want to. It's like, no, you have to, Ray. So I made Ray watch Whiskey eat a mouse. And Whiskey's just, she's horrible. Basically, she eats the thing from the bottom up. She eats the feet first and the tail, and then she eats the poor thing from the bottom up. She's like a wild dog. Because if you ever watch videos of wild dogs eating something, that's just, oh. I don't know, man. I've seen videos of, like, humans getting squished and whatnot, and terrible things, but wild dogs eating something, and then the antelope or whatever gets up and starts running, and it's like guts are hanging out. Oh, unbelievable. That's why I hope I just die under an avalanche of books and albums. None of that getting eaten by something. But so anyways, Whiskey eats the mice from the bottom up. I think she just loves the crunch of the skull and the little brain afterwards at the very end. It's like, you know, when you go to the restaurant and you get like cake or something at the end. It's basically Whiskey's cake. She's a violent cat. There's your traumatizing story for the day, everybody. Anyways, it's just enough to make it, you can tell it's still a little bit daytime. You gotta go over the blue, though. It just works. I don't question how or why it works, it just does, and that's how you do it. Don't question the powers of the universe. Set up a good raft and go with the flow. And if your raft starts leaking, I don't know. Just have to... Tuck tape will work, probably. Anyways. Don't go against the universe. You'll only set yourself up to fail. Alright, so almost done the sky here. When the sky is done, then I can just about ready onto the inking, the third drawing. Still got some leftover potato salad. I was just thinking about that. I'm starving. I'm hungry. My tapeworm's hungry. Everybody's hungry. The cats are starving. Sandwich? Oh, a sandwich. I'll go drink Ray's beer that he left here. Thanks, Raymond. It's mostly pretty much good. Alright. Let's get a bit of... Cover that blue in, because you cover the blue up. Don't want to get the... And it's a deer. That almost looks like a goat. Whatever. Calling it a deer, it's a deer. Draw your own deer if you want it to look better. Alright. Black triangle. You know, they should have called... I called them the Winnipeg UFOs, but they should have called them like... That was their opportunity for something UFO right there. Could have been the Winnipeg Red Stars. And like 6 people in the entire world would get the joke. Do I want to use purple with the triangle, or is it just going to be straight up black triangle? I don't know. This is the stuff that bothers me. Just overthink it sometimes. And I don't know. Whatever. We're going to have to get real close here. Nah, it'll just be the classic black triangle. An older model, if you will. No, I really don't like this song. I think I'm going to have to probably change it. Actually, you know what? I could probably squeak a little purple in there. I could probably do that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Homer. Let's call room service. Apparently in Vegas, they'll just juice you right up on the spot. Old Grantavius Flavius Maximus, the 13 Legion, get juiced up in Vegas. Bloody hell. These books all over the place. You know what? I never thought, but I'm going to have to just do a quick little research here. This is my secret book of doom. Ooh, we'll give you guys a little sneak preview of some stuff. This is top secret. If you're seeing this, I know where you live. But what I did is I went through, and for all my speech balloons and all the things like that, there's always the border and the outside color. So I wrote down human and alien and everything, and there it is. Sadly, won't be drawing any butched ones anymore. The rip. That's spaced out radio and Morse code, in case if anybody wants to ever use that. But yeah, pretty cool. I think there's a artsy fartsy word for that. But I quit animation school, so now look at me. Alright, up next, we're just going to go with the old blue and gray for the speech. Because usually if I'm going to draw something and have someone talking, I ask them what their two favorite colors are. And then I make sure that they know that what it's going to be for... take that guy. It's just so I let them know what's going to be for the speech balloon, the drawings. So yeah, there's that. Interesting things you can learn by watching some guy ramble away and think up this cartoon. Think after this and play Final Fantasy II. RPGs were great. Oops. That's the wrong green. RPGs were great. Druid lost pants. I think I already mentioned all this before. Whatever. Okay. Oh boy. What a mulligan. Yikes. Oh boy. I don't think come back from this devastating loss here. Oh boy. Wrong colors. That's alright. Easily able. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Just like that Bear Grylls guy. Better drink your piss if you're lost in the forest. Okay, look at that. See, that's why watercolor's cheating. Worked out in the end anyways. Score. Hold on, I have to look at a reference picture here real quick. Reference picture. Oops. Okay. Sorry about that. That's the Canadian in me. Sorry for everything. You know, I've been listening to this song for like 8 minutes and I didn't like it. I'm still listening to it, so it's already over. That wow. What a struggle. Okay, do the trees. We'll get to that black triangle afterwards. Get the stuff that's boring out of the way. Yeah. Alright, the old grass is always kind of the same thing. Put the top layer on and then you just do a little lighter color underneath it. It just shows, it just separates it enough. So all you gotta do is trick the human eye. And it's not very smart. Some people are like, that's a mermaid. It's like, no, it's definitely not a mermaid. And then the thing actually turns out to be a siren and drags the guy into the water and drowns him, and that's the end of him. See you later. Thanks for coming out. I'd love to kill one of my characters in RPGs with that. Just drown the bastard. But I don't go out of my way to kill my players. I'll put them in dangerous situations, and if they're dumb enough to sit there, well, I mean, it's their own fault. So, especially these guys have been playing for like 10,000 years now, so they're actually not that bad. I got them trained pretty good, is what I'm saying. Oops, it's a little bit too much green in there. Holy. Just everybody out in the neighborhood today. Go home, people. Scared my cats. Oh, bloody hell. It's just disappointment after disappointment here. What a struggle. Actually, it'll work out good. Things just usually seem to work out in the end. It's all that gravity, I'm guessing. I mean, if there was like predestiny, some creature of some sort really put itself into a lot of work to like have destinies for and predetermined how their life is going to work for like 6-7 billion people. That's a lot of work. I mean, humans don't live that long, so maybe the entire I don't know, the entire blink of the existence of human race is just like absolutely nothing in the like grand cosmic scheme of things. So maybe it was maybe we were a side project, and I don't know. It just seems too. That's pretty wooey, but I don't know. Whatever. I drink all the pickle juice usually before I eat the pickles, so it's not saying much. I'm gonna use a little of that SOR green that I like to use just around the feet and the name here. But not too much. Not too much near the actual lettering, because then it won't look right. Deftones. Alright. No, I really don't like this thing here. I'm not even gonna screw with it. Oh, sandwich. Donair. I haven't had a Donair in a million years. Actually, what I really like is peanut butter and crackers. Edmonton Housing Special. And to make it a deluxe, you could add cheese, but things are expensive these days. Really? Whiskey fluff? She's just sitting out there waiting for the mice come out. And she's gonna get one. And I'm gonna have to take the mouse away from her. My solution would be the mice just get smarter and stop getting eaten by my cats or brought into the house half dead. But I don't think that's gonna happen. It's not a mouse, it's gonna be a bird. Just ruthless. Sorry, Sharskis, I know you got birds, but my cat would eat your birds. I'm sorry. Well, they'd try. I'd hit her with a crossbow or something before she got there. Well, we're almost done the grass, and then we'll finish up that UFO. UAP. I don't know. It's flying. It's unidentified. It's an object. Ergo, it's a UFO. Just keep a daytime job. There's my porcupine. It looks more like a hedgehog. Can't wait to get to that. That's going to be something else. Sorry, I'd have like 10,000 drawings for you, by the way. They're just backlogged. It's terrible. I was actually trying to use my scanner at work because they get like a great big scanner, and I don't have to actually cut the drawings down if I can use that. I just despise cutting up my drawings unless I'm going to frame them. But anyways, it's not important. I just don't have like $10 million to buy a great big office scanner just to scan cartoons. But good investment. I'll eventually make it one day. Alrighty. Okay, the grass is done. We gotta finish the tree, then the UFO, because slacking on the trees here. Flex to green. The song is way too slow. Sorry, love you, Deftones. We gotta change it up. Ooh, little agent side grinder. Okay. On to. I think I'm missing it. It was really weird yesterday. I was looking for my 4H pencils, and I swear I lost all of them, and I have no idea where they went. I like walked out, wandered around, and then like the case was sitting right there. I don't know. I already didn't look very hard, but okay, lightning. Ooh, we did that magical yellow again. Good God. Ugh. Magical yellow. It's actually probably. Alright. Don't worry, we'll get purple in on that triangle craft, I promise. You know, I know the beam could be like blue or something, but it wouldn't work with the background. So that's why I'm going with yellow. In case if you were wondering. It just looks more laser beamy. Laser beams have always been yellow to me. Technically, if this thing shoots laser beams out of the corners, as per this drawing, he's still got one ready to go. Look out, Ingo Swan! It's coming for you! Bzz. Yeah. That's how my brain works. Everything's a cartoon to me. complete chaos at all times. Yeah, that looks like a headshot. Good God. Well, we'll call it a porcupine anyways. It's Grantavius Flavius Maximus of the 13th Legion. He's growing back his power stash. We know what he's going to do in Vegas next year. Unbelievable. You know what, Grant? I'm thinking next year it's a $5 surcharge touch my chest hair to anybody. Especially that weird guy in the bathroom. That was strange. No, there was no strange person in the bathroom. You know, thinking about it, I think I only ate like 3 times the entire time I was there. Otherwise, I was just basically like chewing on cigarettes and slugging Jack Daniels and Coke the entire time. Except for the like 15 minutes of sweating on the stage. That was terrible. I don't know how anybody else could smell me after that. That was just... But I appreciate Dave, and when Science Bob demands you go up there, oh, you go up there. I had fun. All right, as promised, because I can hear the voice in the back of my head screaming at me. Oh no, bloody hell. I shook the pen, and now it's just globbing all over the place. I snuck it in the best I could. Nobody's seen it. Perfect like Mr. Perfect. The only man to throw a 100-yard pass to himself. Yeah, poor bastard just zapped right up. How's that working for him? Sucker. Oh, I wonder what alien spacecraft blasted deer tastes like. Probably grow like a 3rd arm or something like that. It's a porcupine. Just gonna keep telling myself it's porcupine, and eventually I'll believe it. Ooh, remix of some Donkey Kong Country music here. That's always nice. This particular song also uses samples from The Plague Dogs, which is like one of those traumatizing movies. People are like, oh, whatever that one, the stupid kid and his horse in the mud, like that was sad. It's like, well, you've never seen Plague Dogs, or I mean, oh. Or Watership Down. That's another one. We had weird stuff when we were kids. Pogs. I still got my Pogs, and I got all my marbles. Yeah, that's good enough. We'll stick with it. Back to that magical yellow. Oh, you crappy internet. It's that metric internet in Canada. Speaking of metric, they're a pretty good band. They're coming to Edmonton. I'm going to go there. I'm going to watch the show. And classic, every time I see live music, I'm just going to complain about how loud it is and why I'm not at home in my jammy jams with my cats. And it's like just about my bedtime and boring now. Boring is good. All right. Add those branches in, and we'll color in Ingo Swan with his fancy name, and it's like Indrid Cold. Weird stuff. You can name your kid something weird like Bob Lazar or something too. That's Bob Bigelow. They gotta be aliens, man. You can't just make up names like that. That's, I don't know. We all know that Stephen Greer's an alien. This like inhuman bulge that he always has in his pants. Like he's like, it's just he couldn't just get normal shorts or something. He's always like shirtless and stuff. Holy, things are weird in the world. He just looks like a reptilian, man. I was chuckling about that. The UFO world's got some of the greatest characters out of everything. You think like wrestling is out of the way out in left field? Holy, like to see the weirdos in the UFO world. Bald weirdos drawing cartoons about this crap and guys' weird names. Like how many Bobs? Like Bob Bigelow, Bob Lazar. Like the aliens couldn't come up with anything better than Bob. Like, oh man, need some creative courses, of some sort. I'm just rambling away here, but you know, this brown is always real muddy, and you put like a little bit in it, and you get nothing. But then you put a little too much, and you just get way too much, and it's a cursed brown. That's one thing I always thought was pretty cool too. Supposedly cursed things. I guess like The Exorcist was relatively cursed. That cheap maneuver right there. Everybody had really bad things happen to them, I guess, after they all filmed The Exorcist. I don't know. I normally don't dig into this stuff. I just hear about it. I think it's cool, and I give a cursory look. But I don't get a lot of time to read books. Like I feel like if I'm reading books or playing video games, and I'm just cheating on my drawings, and it's like I could be drawing drawings and doing cartoons instead of running dickheads over with cavalry in video games or something. So I've just been drawing a lot of cartoons lately. Might as well. I can't believe the cats haven't been bothering me. Whiskey's still outside. Waiting for a mouse. Hello, lover. Alright. I don't know what kind of shirt this guy's gonna be wearing. I can't even cheat and do something else. Alright, let's do the box and lettering. And then we'll get to the shirt. That's too much water. There's too much water with the watercolor. Ammunition. It's Dave's. It's my pal Dave Scott. We mended our friendships, and I gave up being grumpy about him because he says foyer incorrectly. So it's all good now. We're friends again. Alright, Spaced Out Radio Green. Even though I don't even think there's an actual official Spaced Out Radio Green. I've used it for the Paranormal Roundtable forever, so in my mind, that's what it is. But thinking about some stuff, I still think that somebody really needs to scrap like a Dogman or something. That would just be awesome. Just fall on that sword, man. Get ripped apart by a Dogman or a Bigfoot, or like have Mothman stab you with his little proboscis I forget. I didn't even. I gotta look at the name of what those things are. But that's what he does. He stabs you with his little moth thing, and he liquefies your insides and drinks your entire body. He even consumes your soul. That's how violent he is. Mothman, just pure evil. He's got blue jeans. That's what we're going with. I think he'd be wearing blue jeans. It's a practical thing to wear when you're going out in the forest. Hiking boots, the black with brown. Oh man, when I'm done doing this inking here, it's smoke break because Dirty Phil's getting ready for a toot on the whistle. One puff will send you to a magical land. Alrighty. I gotta do one more quick run over of the flesh color. You know, despite hating on this paper, it's not bad if you don't really soak it too much. But I gotta lay it on thick all the time, so that's just how I do it. So it's not bad if I'm trying to be a little less sloppy with the water. Basically, is what I'm saying. But that's just how I like doing it. Sloppy and dirty. All right. There we go. That should be good. I'm missing the smallest bit of grass. Isn't that nice? It just blends right in. Then when it gets all cut down and framed and my pal makes it all fancy, then excellent. So, nonetheless, though, I'm going for smoke break. Check it out. Can I what? What's Dave talking about here? No, Dave, I'm not showing off my chest hair during drawing cartoons. I'll send you a special message later, baby. I'm going for smoke. Smoke break is over, everybody. Oh, hey, it's Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Paul Holland. I'd like to take this minute to say thanks to all the weirdos that showed up here. Sharsky, Dave, Grantavius Flavius Maximus, the 13th Legion, Sandra, Paul Holland. Thanks for coming out. I don't know, I've ruined this entire thing. I can't see the video anymore. Ah, technology, man. Whatever. I'm guessing the stream is still going, so I can't see it on my end. I clicked some button and ruined it, so I'm new to this, so you gotta just bear with me here till I figure it out and get all brained about it. But yes, now we're on to my favorite part, the inking. So this is when everything starts to look really good. But oh, excuse me. All right. It just bothers me. I have no idea where that thing went to. Weird. I don't know. I'm assuming it's still going. But okay. On to the inking. This is my favorite part. I love doing this because it's pretty much done after this. Then I get to sign the back of it, ready to go into the pile of stuff that I keep forgetting to send to my pal. And out in the forest. Ooh. Now all the bushes that I do in my cartoons, they were inspired by Super Mario Brothers on Super Nintendo. That's why they got the little berries hanging in them. Look at that, more you know. Because knowledge is power. Except, you could never... paintbrush can thing. Nonetheless, anyways, I had a brain fart. I was thinking about some stuff here. Nonetheless, I got a whole bunch of drawings. I'm going to have to get them all sorted out here pretty quick. The little cherries. Isn't that cute? It's a little cherry bush. Hey, betcha nobody expected to see a cherry bush randomly show up in a drawing at some point in time. Oh, maybe not. Just rambling away. I'm just having fun with it all, so. Not sure if it's still working, but just keep rambling anyways. And if anybody's listening and watching, I appreciate it. Thanks. Instead of out watching UFOs and junk, you decided to hang out with Dirty Fylth. That is the worst top of a pine tree I've ever drawn in my entire life. It looks like a bugle on top of it. Good gods. There's not much you can do about it now because it's in ink, so that's alright. Nobody will notice. Somebody's having a barbecue and I'm starving to death. Yeah, this really bugs me. I apologize. I have to try to figure out how to get this screen to come up. I don't know what's going on. How does that even make any sense? I don't know. I'm using OBS, so I somehow closed the window. And now I can't find it. So I don't even know if this is all... If this isn't crooked, if it's crooked and not in the middle, that's too bad for you. I'm drawing the cartoons. Hopefully it works. It looks like it died. Because I knocked the camera, I think, earlier or something. Anyways, whatever. We're just going to continue on here. Deal with this poor guy getting zapped here. Eyes bulging out of his head. The little dashes indicate that he's being electrocuted. Good little tiny hoofs. And to accentuate the fact he's being electrocuted, you put down the sharp teeth. Because it shows that he's biting down real hard. He's like... And then the obligatory front hair goes down. Cross that off there. And since it's in the back, cross hatching there, let you know it's behind everything. But everything, all the hooves get darkened up anyways. Ooh, little sweat. Yeah, look at him getting zapped. Poor guy. Should have been near that UFO. Alright. Man, that should be criminal to be having a barbecue and just smell so good and not be able to just saunter over to your neighbors and be like, hey, sorry for putting you through the suffering of smelling my delicious barbecue that you got none of. Here's some leftovers at least. Leftovers are always good. Alrighty. Now onto the poor little porcupine / hedgehog. You know, I really haven't drawn a lot of animals. Like Dave's cat that Carl gave him, I think that's probably the most... Well, previously before that it was Captain Corrupt's dog, Stinky Sores, which was modeled after... The inspiration for that character, their dog, was modeled after my dog. I miss that dog. Yeah, she was a good dog. Anyway, the Captain Corrupt's dog was Stinky Sores, and she'd eat like all the leftover like pizza boxes and beer cans and everything that he left around his house, because that character is basically like an anti-hero type thing. I've been drawing him for like 10,000 years. Maybe not quite 10,000, but close enough. I invented him way back in the day. Let's just keep it as weird as possible. But yeah, I got a copyright for it. Intellectual property is what they call it. It was the best 70 some odd dollars I spent, and it lasts my lifetime. And at least last time I looked, 10 years after my death. But plan to outlive everybody I know, so nobody can take advantage of me dying and then them selling my artwork that I gave them on eBay. So even if I'm on my deathbed, I'm sending out assassins to defeat everybody that I'm still friends with that is still alive, so they that are still alive. So sorry, everybody. Okie dokie. It's the glaring elephant in the room, which is not actually an elephant. It's a triangle craft. See? Got the purple pink in there. Hey, look at that. There's a ladybug. Okay. Well, music is apparently ended here. Alright. Oh, that was painful. Here's the Zapping McZappertons. Sorry, sometimes I just gotta do that old breathing technique there just to get that through. It really helps. Whoops. Oh, right into the muck. Yeah. That. Precision. The excellence of execution. If Dave's still watching, he'd probably appreciate that. Zzz. Poor bastard just getting blasted. How's that working for you, Clint? Trust me. If you sat around and drew hilarious cartoons about things, you'd laugh at it too. Poor guy. Well, I'm definitely gonna be playing something a little different here. This is what I'm looking for. Let's go with some. Let's go with Velvet Acid Christ. I haven't listened to them in 1,000 years. Maybe not 1,000 years, but it definitely has to be Dilate. One of the best songs. Underrated. Big time. Anyways, gotta make sure we get the rest of this zappy in here. Blasting poor little porcupine guy. Actually, when I was a kid, my grandmother ran over a porcupine. Well, I was just a bugger, like, you're a murderer. She's like, don't say that. That was comical. I think that looks good enough. Get a little extra zap in there. It's like putting, when you get the jars of pickled jalapenos and have a Caesar, put that instead of the pickle juice. All right. I don't know what color eyes he has. I'm just gonna have to go with it. We'll go blue. Might as well. Safe bet. Okay. Take a minute or so for that to dry up. So we'll just switch over to the lettering and get that out of the way. Gotta leave that little bit of space for the hair there. That'll connect to his dome afterwards. Just works good that way. Oop, look at that. See, might look sloppy, but just watch in a couple seconds here as I make it look absolutely stunning. And that'll eventually work out. Because you get to put the dirty filth grit on everything. Oh, lettering. Yeah. Drink like 17 beers to do that kind of stuff. That one's empty. Alright. Now that I've got the courage for it, we're going to switch over to the number 4. Oh, it's bent. Bloody hells. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to go to the art store today. Well, have to improvise, adapt, and overcome, like that Bear Grylls guy. We're lost in the wilderness, better drink your pee. It's like, dude, you got a jug right there. He's like, no, better drink my pee. I'll just use the details guy then. Unbelievable. I'm a little upset with myself with that. Sorry, I'm up to the challenge. Sorry, I have to concentrate. It's very important. Switch to the 3 for this one. Oh man, I hope that's in there. Not too bad. We'll just have to come around for the next adventure. Ooh, look at that, nice precision. I'll say it every time. Anybody that does lettering or calligraphy or any of that stuff, that's a special breed of people, and I have the utmost respect for you if you do that kind of stuff. That's something else. Alrighty. That just kills me. Every time I get to do like a whole bunch of writing with lettering and stuff, my eyes get all watery. It's just brutal. And ugh. Now that we're done with that crap, we go on to the fun stuff. Oh, we're almost done here. Jeez. A little bit of detail after we draw in Ingo Swan here. Then I'm leaving you guys. Actually, I'm not leaving you. I'm just gonna go grab a. I'm gonna go buy a pack of smokes. I'll be back after that. Here's my fancy eyebrows. This is a fairly decent representation, at least from what I could find on the internet. Of Ingo Swan. Maybe I'm a little generous with the goatee because it wasn't so goatee-ishy, at least from what I had found. Because I do research for some of my stuff. I don't want to go in there silly. I think I talked about that before. Mrs. Fylth was writing a smutty story. Forget about that end of the Siggy butt there. Red. Just top it off in the center. Yeah. Look at that. That's Police. That's just some invented Italian thing I just made up right now. Actually, I've said it before, but gotta do the Italian hand thing with that. There we go. Just like, what the hell is that thing? I don't know, you'd think like if there were a bunch of army guys there and stuff, they'd probably be armed with weaponry and look at that. Why would they be shooting at the deers? Maybe they were hunting. And the porcupines. These are questions I'm going to have to figure out. And I'm going to have to read into. Alright, it's been noted. Oh man, I really hope that's enough in there. Sorry if it's been cut off for a long time. Just put down the shoes. The shoes, actually, way back in the day, the shoes were a combination of two flavors of art. When I draw shoes, they're all my feet and shoes are almost always sort of the same. And I make sure I go out of my way to draw feet because there's a lot of people in the world that will draw cartoons or fancy stuff, but they never do the feet. And I remember, I'm gonna lose a lot of support here on this one, but I remember Stan Lee digging on one of the image artist guys, and they always drew real tiny feet. And I went and I looked at like Stan Lee's artwork, and a lot of the times he would have his characters behind rubble or something without showing their feet. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw my feet all the time. So I try to make sure I go out of the way to draw the feet of almost everything that I do, no matter how good or bad it turns out. So that's another interesting ramble that I do with my artwork, because I'm talking into the ether. But yeah, so that's why. And so anyways, the style of the feet that are like the elongated little pointy thing is 100% Ralph Bakshi, man. The way he does a lot of his characters, and oh, I'm gonna say it wrong, Mike Plug, both of them heavy influences in the way I draw my hands and feet. I've studied their artwork for a long time, and I have no idea why I'm telling anybody this, but I've studied their art for a long time, and it's a very simple way to do it. And then my watercolor flavor is from Milo Manara, but but yeah, just Ralph Bakshi, Mike Plogue, and the Bakshi's feet. Like if you watch the movie Wizards, all the like characters, they just have they're wearing like almost like clown shoes, but not clown shoes. It's just a real simple way to deal with it, and it shows the feet. And when people don't show feet in their artwork, it's like you're cutting yourself off from the last little bit of art that you could do. Like you drew the whole character, and you're gonna just throw it behind some rubble, and you're not gonna draw feet. This is what grinds my gears. Now I'm getting to a rant here, but like that kind of stuff, I don't know, man. It doesn't fly with me. When I see guys like, I'm not the best artist in the world. I don't get paid $10 billion to do this stuff. But when I see guys like throwing out cartoons or in the cover of some cartoon thing, and it's like, you can't draw the feet. Oh. Anyways, I'm going to finish up this drawing here. That's what grinds my gears, by the way. So anyways, back to the drawing. That's like people that don't shovel their sidewalks properly in the wintertime. Anyways. Oh. Well, this escalated fairly quickly. Anyways, back to drawing. So, I got a little bit left here. I just got to draw the grass in. And then that'll be that. It's actually, that's 2 drawings on 1 page. See, this is what it looks like. And then I got to cut it down the center. It just kills me to cut it. But I guess I could probably buy a smaller notepad or whatever, but that wouldn't make any sense. Why would I do that? I gotta have the standard size. It's just something to do with my brain. That's why I gotta do that. But I gotta change the tunes here because that playlist is out. Really been sitting here for like 17 hours drawing cartoons. Pretty soon it's gonna be spaced out radio. Then we'll have some weirdos on there. Alice and Yellowdy. E.T. Contact. I know the weirdos will be in the chat room and they'll be talking about strange things and anyways, rambling. It's fun to hang out in that chat room. I gotta say hi to like 10,000 people in there. Alright, almost done. Then everybody can stop taking notes and go home. Those are little tufts of grass, by the way, if you ever wondered what those are. And then if I ever need to put like a little flower or something, just do a little whoop. It looks like a little flower. It's cheap and easy enough. Nobody really notices it, but it does look like a flower. And if it needs to be closer, you can put a flower wherever you want, like right here. Yeah. There you go. Little flower. I'll even put a little bit of color on there. I love it. So there it is. That's another drawing. Wait a second. Missing something. Missing something. A little more grime on the inside here. Little grime. Triangle doesn't get any because it's special. And the cloud. You can't forget the cloud. Probably could, but I'm going to ship it off to my pal. Come back to me and be like, did you forget to ink this cloud in there? Because it's clearly a cloud. And I'd be all, yeah, I was just testing you. I'll try not to do that. Ooh, it's a cloud. I think it's pretty decent. Anyways, thanks for watching me draw cartoons and ramble about nothing. I'm gonna go. Actually, get a little bit of detail on there. Mr. Swan and his fancy shirt and blue jeans. Yeah, some stuff just needs to get retrofitted there. Okay, now I'm done. The lie detector determined I was telling the truth. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Go watch Spaced Out Radio later on. And pet stray animals. Take one home.